Welcome, one and all, to another episode of The Angry Barista, the angriest barista on this side of the camera. Joining me today is Jazz. Jazz is a friend of a friend. Thank you for coming, Jazz. You're coming from deep today.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. I know a little bit about you, but I literally just followed you on Instagram right now. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Jazmin. On my Instagram handle is Del Muerto, and I am a model. And I've been modeling for about, I would have to say, like 5 or 6 years now.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
You's a veteran at this point, kinda.
A little bit. I got the term professional the other day, so that was pretty fun. So.
But I mean, like, I feel like anybody who who takes anything seriously enough to where they're like, yo, like, this is what I want to start making my bread off of. This is what I want to do with my life. Like, I feel like after you put in a certain amount of time, you're a professional. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's different maybe for more people because, like, some people are more adept to things, right? But, like,
Yeah.
nah, like, you can, I'm sure you were a professional long before anybody told you that. Like, I mean.
Oh shoot. But yeah, no, yeah, it was it's kind of crazy because like in the modeling like industry, like you're not considered a professional until like this, that, and the third. But honestly, I realize it comes down to actually how you carry yourself and how you actually present yourself. Because yeah, it's been a very long journey, but at the same time I've learned a lot, and I believe that I put out pretty great work. So yeah.
Do you work for yourself right now? Are you working with a company right now? I heard a little bit about some of your work that you've done already, which I'm going to ask you about a little bit. But like, what are you up to right now? Like, what's your thing?
Right now I'm I'm more focusing on just like doing more clothing type of stuff and basically like catalog modeling and stuff like that. I used to do boudoir and more of a like on the nude model side. But yeah, I'm starting to just branch out and doing more just clothing brand and stuff like that.
Are there particular clothing brands that you like to work, or is there like certain kinds of clothes that you like to model more, or is it like what's your favorite type of gig to get right now?
Honestly, I would love to get like streetwear stuff right now, just because like I love streetwear. It's what I wear on every single goddamn day. Um, but also I would love to do just like dresses and stuff like that. That'll be fun. But no, yeah, like right now I'm actually like affiliated with another company called All Bay Shop and stuff like that. But sorry, name dropping. But,
That sounds like shade off rip.
Oh gosh.
That sounds like shaded off a rip.
I just feel like I'm just like over here like trying to explain, but either way, yeah. But
Yo, you mind talking a little bit closer to the mic?
a little bit closer.
Nah, I can move it closer to you. Let me know too if we need to bust out a different mic stand. I could get something different.
No.
We good? All right. Oh,
Thank
Kevin's
you.
trying so hard not to get in the frame, but knowing that like other episodes, we've definitely broken the fourth wall a ton of times before.
We did, but this time it gives Karen two cameras.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true. We're
We're going back to that.
a little bit more official because we got special guests with us today.
I was more concerned about dropping the joint because in certain places that means like somebody's like fucking your bitch or something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah, like
Well, I don't know.
I used to panic back in the day when I dropped the joint. I used to be like, damn, got the caller.
It was just like, wait a minute, like, wait.
Hold the
I
fuck
was
up.
like, what's up?
Yeah.
Damn.
I should call her.
This is out.
Dang, we need a lighter. Stats. Dang, so that's cool. So are you mostly gigging right now? Like, what do you have any personal projects? Like, do you cosplay?
Oh, I did cosplay before. I want to actually go more into that. But that would take a little bit more time. Per se, right now, I'm actually like by the end of the year, I'll be looking at 2 publications already in magazines.
Oh,
So yeah, so like I've been working hard. I just been doing shoots and stuff like that. Getting my portfolio set up and stuff to actually like show that type of side of me. Because most of my portfolio per se is boudoir. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but nude modeling and stuff like that.
But is it boudoir?
Boudoir, my bad.
Boudoir. The only French I know is from that Christina Aguilera song. That voulez-vous coucher avec quoi?
Goddamn, I gotta learn more French, yo.
Yo, but I mean, okay, so you're trying to build your catalog outside of there. here's a question. I know OnlyFans, the company, the website has said that they are used for stuff other than like adult content and like boudoir and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Is it a feasible place for you to do stuff that's not adult content? Do you think you could still make some bread off of there and not be like dropping feet pics, for example?
Honestly, yeah. If it's like, how can I say this? Because like some models like actually do have like a large fan base and stuff like that, and they it's kind of like if you put in the work for it and stuff like that, and you're into that type of stuff
Mm-hmm.
per se. It's kind of one of the more reasons why I stepped away from like that side of like photography and modeling and stuff like that. Just because it is an upkeep to like actually be interacting with like every single person.
And
Yeah.
having to interact with people in ways that are like super personal, but like you don't actually know the person.
Yeah,
And it's
like, so yeah, sex work is real work. Like honestly, like it's a fantasy you got to sell, and honestly, I am more concentrating on like selling art, like not art. It is a fantasy, is art, but what
Mhm.
I'm trying to explain is like I want to sell something that's more personal and real to myself, and not just a fantasy. So that's the direction I'm going in right now.
Nice. Have you, speaking of your own portfolio,
Mhm.
do you have stuff in your portfolio that's like your projects that you like, you're like, oh, boom, like, here we go. Like, I had this idea for a shoot. Like, let me hit up Kevin. Let me hit up somebody else. Let me hit up whatever, like, to like get this idea done. Like, I want to have this, for example, like a cosplay thing or whatever. Like, do you have any of that in your portfolio right now?
Right now, it's honestly, I do it more on like a spontaneous type of basis.
Mm,
Like
mm,
someone says to come out and shoot, and like I would just basically ask like the type of vibe of the shoot,
mm.
and I would just go from there. And usually when I bring my own like setup and all that stuff, like it works out pretty well. So I see it
Mm.
like that. But there is some projects I do want to do that's more personal and like kind of like a story related type of thing. Yeah.
Mm.
I have a lot in mind of what to do right now, so.
Mostly pictures, mostly video work. Like what's damn, I don't want to pry too much because like I don't want motherfuckers out here stealing your ideas, but like yeah, I like I get curious about people's like creative ideas and stuff
Mhm.
and like people's process, especially with like forms of art and like things that I don't do myself particularly. I would love to model, right? But I've been told that I have a very what's the word? I'm short essentially. Is that and I'm very like I'm not saying
Aw,
I'm ugly,
thanks.
but I'm very average looking. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very
You're fun size.
fun size. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It is
That's
a good size.
yo. So. But like I get curious about these things. You know what I mean? Like I get curious about the process, particularly, especially somebody who like is super freelance in the modeling world, because it's like like to me it seems like it's kind of similar to like what I started doing here in the spot in the stew is like
Yeah.
I was recording people at first. Like I had clients, I was recording artists, rappers and shit, like bands and stuff like that first and foremost. And like that it kind of seems similar in a way where it's like
Yeah.
the way you're gonna make the most bread and be the most happy is when you're like working for yourself, but then it's also a lot of like I have to find my own work.
Yeah, honestly, no, yeah, like it's very much like that. Like it's about like going on sites and stuff like that and looking for people to work with and things of that nature.
Mm,
I try to just like mostly like stay up to date on Instagram,
mm,
honestly, and just like follow new creatives and stuff like that. That's how I've like been able to like branch out to
mm,
people and of those sorts.
mm.
But yeah, like it's really not that hard, honestly. Like a lot of people think that like you have some pressure on you of something and like they're gonna think less of you. But in reality, it's just like you gotta shoot your shot because at the end of the day, you never know where you're gonna land.
Mm. I like that. I like that. What do you see a benefit to like signing on with like a company, like say a clothing company for like a deal where you're one of their models or whatever? Like boom, is that something that you would be open to or wanting to do?
Yeah, of course. Honestly, at this point, I'm just focused on like maybe like doing like agency work, like try to go out and like go to like casting calls and stuff like that, just to see like what I can land
Yeah.
in the professional world per se in modeling because like freelancing you could do it yourself and you can make money off of it of course and that's amazing. But I don't know. I kind of want to see like what I could do at like my stature right now with all that I've learned.
Yeah,
I'm
because
not just like like a little baby bird, just like jumping off like I'm doing modeling, blah blah. Like I've actually like been in it for a while, so
yeah, you got options basically. Now it's just about choosing. Like at this point, it sounds like you're choosing like steady check or like freelance. Like you're like kind of doing a little bit of this. You're hitting them with the ah.
dude, it's more so as just like I don't know. It's been crazy 2 or 3 years, yeah. And at this point, I'm just going at it like if I don't try, when the fuck am I gonna try?
Yeah.
So
Was there a moment in particular or a set of moments where you were like, I'm not doing lewd shit as much anymore. I'm gonna stop doing lewd shit.
yeah. Honestly, it was like about like I started thinking about it like freshly about 2 years ago, and then
Mhm.
like just started more thinking about it. And what it is that like I've seen a lot of the behind the scenes of things and stuff like that. And honestly, like it's a lot of upkeep. And I've always had like my own life and stuff like that. Like I have a big old family that needs to be taken care of and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it's just not the lifestyle for me per
Mhm.
se. It's not my lifestyle. Yeah. So I'm trying to get more calm jobs, more things like that, less high maintenance and all that.
Mm.
So
What was the worst job that you've ever worked as a model? I know you know why I'm asking this question because I know some of your work already. Let's go.
Lord.
Hit me with it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, like just if anything, I hope that today is a good moment for you to get a little bit of catharsis and get whatever you want off your chest.
Can I request something first?
Absolutely.
Some water.
Some water. Oh,
Some
water.
water.
Could you grab a bottle? There's like fresh bottles in the fresh pack. Good looks, Kevin. We love Kevin. He's sliding under the camera right now. We
We
love
love
him.
it. He's doing the limbo right now.
Yeah. Kevin is a sweatpant god tonight. He's that guy.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna.
So.
Sam, I hope a camera got that on.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
fucked up.
All right.
I'll wait.
I'm gonna get a little shady because what's up? Oh, hydration. I love hydration.
Thank you, Kev. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out first and foremost to Jazz for being here today. Shout out everybody else in the room. All right, now you can get shady, Jazz.
So I will say this. I was like newly to modeling. Like I've only did like practice shots with like my photographer friends and stuff like that. And I was eager. And there was somebody like let's just say in the scene somewhat. Whoa.
In the scene?
Whoa.
I'm curious.
But yeah, he was just like, yeah, I've like done this stuff and like I'm really good with it and everything like that. And then he was just like, yeah, sure. Then meet me at this place and stuff like that, and we'll set this up. We talked about it beforehand. Like I,
no.
yeah, like it was like I was like in lingerie and it was for like a shoot like outside, and it was like winter and it was just horrible. And there was just like technicalities that he kept on going on about, and it's just more so it's just like if you were talking up to being this high photographer, why was like I in the middle of like a set outside for like 20 minutes waiting while you like fidgeted with your camera? You know what I mean?
Was it just you guys?
It was me and another friend. It wasn't like nothing weird or anything like that. It was
Okay.
just more like
Unprofessional?
a little bit, yeah. It was
I was
just
a
like
fucking cold fixing a camera.
yo, and like honestly, he was like late, so like he was like an hour late.
Fuck.
So I was just like, okay, cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
that is terrible. Also, by the way, sorry if it's a little cold in here. We do have a space heater. We could bust that out if you're feeling a little cold. I'm feeling a little
Yeah.
chilly. I'm like, yo, hold up.
We become the worst.
Yeah, before we go, will that space heater show up if the white one?
Kept me here for an hour.
They kept me here.
No,
I'm like,
no.
wait, hold up. Hold on, Ashley. Give me 1 second, but please keep talking. I
Yeah.
love hearing this story. Give me 1 second though. I'm gonna be off.
So yeah, modeling is fun. I will say this. Expect everything to go wrong when you're modeling at the end of the day, because stuff is ultimately weird. Kevin's having a heart attack with the cameras right now.
I'm like dancing because I could have done this. I could have done this.
All right. We're good. We're good. It's just gonna be.
Like we're all a one-man team.
Yeah, no. We're all thinking about the best, and you know what? We love it. These are the clips here that people are gonna love the most. Is the fucking with the camera and shit. But anyways, that's awesome. That's cool. I mean, not cool that you had to go through that, but were there any other situations? I'm not gonna pry about the identity of this individual. We don't gotta go there.
No, we don't have to go there.
We don't gotta.
It's just
bad time. It sounds like.
Honestly, it was just like maybe he talked himself up way too much, and he shouldn't have talked all that shit if he couldn't bring it to the table.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure you have a ton of stories. I want to hear more stories. What's have you ever had bad experiences with any famous companies or anything like that?
Oh my lord. Oh shoot.
I did tell him about it.
No. I mean, look.
Okay. Yeah.
We've all at this point, any of us like creatives have done shit with companies that we thought were gonna be fire to work with, and then ended up not being fire to work with. So I love hearing about those stories.
Okay, alrighty then. So I haven't said any of these companies' names yet, so of these stories. So that's great. Yes,
Yes,
you're awesome.
That's also why I haven't said them yet either, because I'll let you just talk about them anonymously until you'd want to.
I love it. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so basically, there's a brand that I worked with, and they had a very high scale photographer and all that, and like I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
I do not doubt her work. She has amazing work. She's an amazing photographer and everything like that. But we went to this place. Basically, a whole bunch of girls shot there. Like I'm talking about like a lot of like models shot there, and I was one of them included that was shooting there. She was like, "Oh, just make sure you don't take any photos of the outside or anything like that, just so like privacy and stuff, and so we could just keep everything together. There's a lot of girls shooting here." And like I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, cool, everything's great like that." Um, so we shoot we shoot the set, and everything goes well, and we get an email like 2 or 3 weeks later, and they're saying like, "Oh, take down all the photos that you've took on the set of it. Like, take everything down and all that stuff. Like, I'm serious. Like legal matters could get into it." And I'm just like, all right. Like, I was like, okay, cool. That's great. That's awesome. Turns out she like didn't pay the certain amount of like what it was worth for like like shooting fees and stuff like that.
To the location?
To the location.
And that's why they like.
Yeah, they like found all the photos that they were like people were like shooting and stuff like that. But yeah.
So the company didn't pay for the spot that y'all were shooting at, and so
Like,
you weren't
yeah.
allowed to post pictures because their bum ass broke asses didn't want to pay for the spot.
Yeah,
Am I understanding it correctly?
Yes. And
Okay,
basically
alright.
this photographer,
Okay.
like I said, amazing photographer. She's everything that like she's worth. But it was a lot of money, and then it was just like we had got nothing back. And it was just like, if you're trying to be that professional and you do everything that professional,
Wait, and you're saying you didn't get paid for it?
basically I paid for it.
Ooh, what?
Yeah. I paid for it. Yeah.
What?
Yep. So, basically I got no content from it.
What?
Yep. And it was, and I'm telling you right now, like like I said, amazing photographer. So like, I'm like 2 or 3 months, like working out, doing my best, doing skincare regimens and all this shit. Like, all right.
Now, fuck that. If you waste my time, I don't care how great you are. You're a piece of shit person.
Dude, exactly. Dude, that's like my
Bro.
whole entire point. It was just like I was not explained that it was this lucrative type of deal that we're doing under tables type of thing. I came here with the impression that I was free to do this, that, and the third, and yeah. So
That company sound like dookie, kinda.
Honestly, it was a weird company, and like it was like branched out and stuff like that. I would say more it's like on like the photographer side of it, because like she was just like, honestly, it seemed like she was money hungry, but that was
Mm.
about it.
Was she okay? Was she the one? And with this company or the companies like it in general,
Yeah.
are the photographers the ones that are responsible for stuff like location fees, scheduling? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
they're the ones who are solely responsible for that shit.
Yeah.
It's not like
Oh yeah, the
company
companies.
X's-
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. So like this company works like a little weird and stuff like that.
Damn, I wish you could say the name.
It's, how can I say this? It was just like if you it's not that, but whatever. Um basically the company is like a big old company, but you work individually. You work
Mm.
individually, and basically the company sees you as a brand. And if you don't sell yourself as a brand, you don't really like get there. And like I said, sex work is work. So like it was, you have to keep up a persona, you have to interact with like people, and it was like the whole entire nine. So
Mm.
yeah.
That sounds kind of like being an artist, but you're not dropping songs.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just like, why? Honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, my cooter's out on the internet. What more else do I have to fucking lose at the end of the goddamn day? So, that's just how I see it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate the use of the word cooter. It's not one that we get often around these parts, but
I don't know. This is a podcast, dude. I thought it'd be a little spontaneous, a little bit. Right?
spontaneous. No, honestly, it's like out of all the words that have been used to describe a vagina, that's probably my favorite one so far. That's been
Well,
used
like
in this room.
punani and
That's a close second.
that's a close second.
That's a close second.
That's a
'cause
close second.
What, vagina tier list video.
Oh my god.
Vaginal euphemism.
Yes. That is.
Wow.
God damn.
Content. We're bringing Jazz back for that episode, and she can do it all by herself. It'll just be her episode.
I was actually making a list in my head, so that's perfect.
Yeah, cooter sounds like you could be like an old lady trying to not be too like bad about it, like about saying that, like saying the word, and you're just trying to like describe, like you're not trying to be
Come here,
improper.
cooter.
I meant the opposite, like you're an old lady trying to not be nasty when you're describing that. It's like,
dude,
cooter.
I'll tell you one thing.
What?
As like a lady that's been like walking around NYC and stuff like that, old ladies be jealous as fucking rude, dude. The amount of times I got called whore, like just randomly on the street, but like an old white lady was like insane. Like,
Yeah, whore, you better get clothed.
and it's just like, honey, go home. Like, don't you got some grandkids to look after or something? Like, stop playing bingo. Like, come on.
I hate you because you remind me of when my titties were not saggy. You're the worst.
I used to not wear granny panties.
I remember when they first made chocolate.
Oh my god.
I always hated it.
I remember when you have to slice your own bread. Oh, fuck. All right.
I remember.
We love our old people. We love our old people.
Not to
It's
be
just
ageist. I'm gonna be there one day. You know what I mean? Like one day, like this E flat major that I have tattooed on my ribs is gonna look like. It's gonna be an E double flat, basically. Yeah, it's gonna
look cursive when it's not.
Yeah, it'll like two of the flats will disappear. It'll just be fucking what's that key? F major. I don't know. Fuck out of here. We're doing musical memes now.
I was too poor.
Shit. Yo, so did I hear this correct? Did Kevin tell me, do you make music as well? Do you do musical things?
Oh, uh-huh.
Did you?
Damn, man. Damn. Did he find my SoundCloud? I thought
Yes.
I deleted. Like,
We found your Finsta. Here's
Oh,
the
shit.
receipts.
see, I was trying to keep that on the wraps because, like, I'm just trying to like build one that I already have.
Yeah.
And then set that out. But no, yeah, I've been recording, jamming out, just trying to like really hone in on like what my actual sound is and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But yeah, I'm getting there, and hopefully by summer 2022. Did I say that right? 2022.
Yeah, it's next year, right? Like a month from now, next year.
Yeah, I was like
Mm.
saying like in the summer maybe. I'll have like maybe I don't know. I'm thinking big, but like maybe a song or two out there or something. Who
Well,
knows? Who knows? Let's figure out what 2022 has in store.
well, this the door to this place is open to you anytime you want to collaborate. We do literally this or just work on our own projects every Friday. I'm up in here with these miscreants, most of these miscreants, not Obi the God most of the time. Obi the God, his appearance is a special one. And, you know, the fact that I'm meeting such a cool person and talking to somebody on the podcast, and also I get graced by Obi the God is one, is great. I can almost not handle myself. I'm so excited, but I'm beside myself with joy. But yeah, you're welcome to come back. You're welcome to come back and collaborate. I'll be making music. I was working on a song that me and my friend Casey was covering before
cool.
when you walked in. Please come back any Friday, anytime we're in here.
I appreciate it.
Yo, I would love to have you, especially since like, yo, I believe in my friends like that, so I know you're gonna blow up or whatever. And like, trust me, you got this. And I definitely want to feature before you blow up. So that's what I'm trying to get at. Essentially, is I'm trying to catch that train before it leaves. You feel me?
Oh, honey, trust me, it's gonna happen. I've just been honestly like I've never branched out really to that side. I just been like in my own little like modeling world in a way.
Mhm.
So like that's what I'm trying to do, like low key, but no, not so low key. But
You actually have the perfect experience for it, believe it or not.
really, I never really knew that.
Yeah, because I mean, like the music. Obviously, the music should be the focus, but like because everything is so like commercialized, sell yourself, blah blah blah. Because you have experience with like the presentational side of it already. Like you've been there already. Like the whole thing is like as long as you I feel like this is what it is. And correct me if I'm wrong. Any of the other musicians here right now, but like I feel like the whole thing is like as long as you're like putting out music and you have a solid image. You could create it yourself. You could have somebody else help you with it or whatever. Like as long as you got that like solid image.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Like right? Like it's just that's it. That's it.
You already do all that as a model. So.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
you have experience presenting like from the presenting side of it already. Like I'm sure that you know how to act in front of a camera for the music videos or like to perform or whatever, like if you're going to get in front of people on stage. So you have that slight advantage. I'll put some money into that. If I had money to sign you, I'd put some money into that. What's up?
Fuck, man. Damn, thank you.
Yo, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. What's up? You got ins? You got ins? Who got ins?
On the block record?
Early.
All right. All right. Listen, this interruption detour has gone too far. I'm
Yes.
sorry. What were you going to say? But by summer 2022 is the ideal when you're going to start doing shit, right?
Yeah.
Sorry I jumped the gun. Sorry I prematurely put it out in the open.
It's all right, dude. It's okay. It had to go out there sometime, and it's probably a good time, I guess. So,
Yeah. Pre-hype people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, some people will be like, we'll hear about it now, and dead be waiting until you put something out. And then it'll be nice. Like, it'll be like
yeah, like
a cool
I don't-
thing.
dude,
Build anticipation.
Honestly, like so I just like I said, like this whole entire 3-year experience have just like made me not scared. And if anybody's watching out there freaking thinking like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Fucking do it, dude. Like, honestly, I didn't have that much faith in myself. And look at me. I have like maybe like I have 2 publishing and magazines coming up like at the end of the year, and then possibly a 3rd one that I'm talking about. So it's just like, dude, you gotta like just go out there and fucking put yourself out there.
Amen.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Just put yourself out there. And fuck that company that we were talking about before.
Oh my god. Honestly, the company, like the people in there are fucking great. Like the models are great in there and all that. And I really appreciate everything that I've learned from that company. But at the same time, it's just like I just have to walk away, you know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna get promotion, I might as well get it off of myself and, you know, make some bucks on the side of it. you know.
Walk away. Walk away. You should. Do it for
Get
yourself.
that dough in my pocket, you know? Like, goddamn.
That's what I'm saying. That when you walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh
Don't go.
baby. Bro, you have to bust out the classics when you have a room full of people like this. That's all I'm saying. You have to bust out. Damn.
I'm pretty sure everyone played Kingdom Hearts here, so.
That makes sense. What do you have?
Same here.
I literally only played Kingdom Hearts 3. Don't judge me.
Oh, come on. You didn't, like, even played a little bit of, like, the rest of them?
I played a little bit of 1. I played a little bit of 2. My best friend Z, shout out Z, the dropout as well. He couldn't make it. He might make it later. You might get to meet him. But after this, he is obsessed with all of those games. So I knew everything about it prior to playing it. And then also 3 is mad cool because it has like those like it recaps you a little bit. It's got like that set of like 5 videos that like the whole story up to where you're at. So that's cool. What kind of video do you play video games still like right now?
Yeah, I do play video games. Honestly, my brother, my second oldest brother, he actually introduced me into like video games when I was pretty young. I don't even fucking remember. But yeah, I was playing like Sonic, Mario, and Animal Crossing. And my love for Animal Crossing has pursued me. So I love Animal Crossing right now. But I also play Destiny a lot. I love my Destiny. I know it's a cash grab. I know it's a cash grab, but it's such a good cash grab.
Mad microtransactions.
Dude, I just love being a space pirate. You know what I mean? I just like getting bounties. You know what I mean? Like, god damn it.
Do you like Halo?
I haven't played Halo at all. So, yeah.
You should. I feel like you would like it. Because isn't
Probably.
Destiny made by the same motherfuckers who do Halo now? Or is that a thing?
So,
Mm.
Bungie, so Destiny was made by Bungie.
Mm-hmm.
Bungie no longer.
Oh,
They were the ones starting, but the ones that are on it now, which work for my
So arguably, Destiny is more Halo than Halo. So technically, you're already playing Halo. So you should just play the rest of you should already play the rest of those Halo games.
I should just start and shit like that.
It's never too late. The old game, you should play the remastered version because the remaster looks pretty crazy. I don't think you'll be able to, like, I don't think anybody should play graphics that bad ever again. But that game was really fire. The game was really fire. Like, it was really, those graphics are so bad.
It's a whole entire another world out there, bro.
Yeah, there was the scary part of that first game, and it was mad scary when I was younger.
Sorry,
but
I'm
like,
burping.
no, it's all good. Beer, coffee, it's
fucking whatever the fuck this shit is. Like
nicotine.
Nicotine. I have such a bad nicotine habit.
Bro,
It's so bad.
sometimes a little nicotine is all you need.
No, man. Like I gotta stop. Like
No, yeah, nicotine is definitely one of those things where like the substance itself isn't inherently bad. It actually, in small doses, very once in a while, acts as like some type of nootropic to like help you focus or relax. But like being dependent on anything, like whether it's weed, alcohol, nicotine, like I think any of that kind of is going to be bad in any amount. But
True.
nah, like it's way better than a fucking cigarette.
That is true. That is true.
Way better. I mean, vaping is probably bad in general, but like way better than a cigarette.
I will say this. I was smoking since I was 14. And
Goddamn.
yeah, and I stopped. Like I still smoke a cigarette here and there. Don't kill me. But no, yeah. And I've noticed my skin has changed. Like I'm more plump and shit like that. So like freaking it does take years off your skin and everything like that.
Damn.
Yeah, like if you're smoking and like you're trying to like be a model and stuff like that, I think you should stop.
It's gonna make you sound like that lady from SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's gonna sound like a old lady from Brooklyn. You know, it's gonna be lovely. It's gonna be just fucking lovely.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn in the house.
We mentioned what's it called? Security. We mentioned conspiracy theories. I can't even talk. Security theories.
Oh god. Yes.
So do you have any favorite conspiracy theories?
Hollow Earth theory.
Oh shit. Oh, I like this one, but please tell me what you know about it. I know a little bit already.
So suppose
I gotta get ready. I'm getting ready right now.
I don't like, you know how conspiracy goes. There's like fucking, oh, this is how it started, but then there's this like thing and all that. But like what like intrigued me was like there's supposedly this airplane pilot. Yeah, that's the word for it, pilot. And he was going out under over Antarctica.
Hmm.
And he basically like documented on his like fucking voice box. Fucking forgot what it was called. It was like a black box, maybe.
Yeah, I
something
think they're
like that.
called the black box on the plane is like the supposedly indestructible like box that has like the recording shit in it or software that records everything that goes on in the plane or whatever. But so he recorded something to that?
Yeah, he basically recorded about how he went over the earth and he saw down on there like a whole entire like greenery like in the Antarctica and how like there was like an actual like you could see it kind of.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like so like because like um my dad since ever he was working in DR and stuff like that worked on planes. So
Oh,
like
your family's from DR?
yeah, yeah,
Lit.
yeah. Yeah, so he has like a little like plane and stuff like that. So like I've been up in the air and like I could like tell you that like you could see deep into like the fucking earth and shit like that into weird places. So like I don't know but basically what they're saying is that like they saw people, they saw like gatherings of people and like trees and shit like that. But honestly, it's just like a fucking conspiracy theory of like seeing another earth inside the earth and there's like
Yeah.
holes on the two and Antarcticas, like the South Pole and the North Pole.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't know if I explained that correctly. I go on
No,
tangents.
no. I got the gist of it. Essentially, the theory, or what you know of the theory, is that like there's entrances to the inner Earth via Antarctica and the North Pole.
Yeah,
As-
like
and then they're like inside of the Earth. There's like
Mhm.
more Earth, and there's more things or whatever.
yeah, think about like some weird like Atlantis shit, just like the world clasping into each other and stuff like that. But yeah, the only reason why I like that though is because I like to combat it against flat Earth theorists. Because at the end of the day, it's just like it's a sphere, my guy. Like,
Yeah.
it's an oblong sphere, but it's a sphere.
But that's interesting though too, because like I feel like almost not to debunk that theory or anything. I don't think like a lot of these theories is like yeah, like they're scientifically improbable or whatever, but you can't really debunk a lot of them because they make claims that are hard to test. Like, but I think that another theory related to that might be a little crazy is the fact that I think we still don't know 95 to 96% of what's under the water, like in our oceans. Like dead ass, we have no idea what the bottom of the ocean looks like over 99% of the earth.
Oh, I believe in mermaids. I believe in mermaids, my guy. Like those things, like I don't know. There's too many stories in DR about like, oh, somebody's grandmother was like pulled into the ocean, like or something like that. Like, yeah, you hear those stories. Like, it's really insane.
Damn, do you does your family like I like talking to my fellow Latino people because I feel like our families have a lot of paranormal stories and shit. Does your family have any stories of like ghosty things or anything like that? Yo. I love the look on your face right now. Tell me some. Or do
it's
you have any
bad.
experiences with that stuff?
I didn't get a story. I didn't get like a bedtime story. I got a warning. A warning.
Yeah. Hey, boys, off the camera. We about to hear a ghost story, and you distracted me right now. I'm sorry. I love you, but you could keep talking. Yeah, you use your on the block indoor voices.
What up then? Shit.
What up then? All right, so tell me this spooky ghost story.
All right, this has to go away from me though.
Oh, I'll take that. I'll gladly take that. There is almost an entire joint on the other side of this table if somebody wants to grab. Do you mind passing that to me, Jazz?
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Here. Oh, there you go, love. Oh, yeah. Is it in the shot? My bad.
Oh, yeah. No. So, please. Sorry.
Oof. Okay.
Now, is this your story or is it a family story?
It's basically a warning that my mother's best friend told us about her family and like what happened to like their like side of the family and stuff like that. All right. Let me just cool down a bit, get the setting right, make it a little scary.
Okay. We might have to put spooky music here, Kevin. I
Oh
know I
my-
never ask you for that, but we might have.
No, it's a very long story. Holy shit. So basically how the story starts is just like my mother's best friend's sister had a baby, and the baby was getting sick. She was getting sick. They brought her to the doctor. The doctors couldn't find out what was happening to the baby. The doctors recommended a witch story, a witch doctor.
I love those.
Yeah, he recommended a witch doctor, and he basically said like, I don't know, maybe this is your best bet. Go see what's wrong on that type of level and stuff like that. In DR, the doctors were pretty lenient back then. It was like years ago and stuff like that.
Doctors are still like that in Brazil.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. All right.
Nah, we got some good
Yeah.
doctors in Brazil. Shout out, shout out.
So yeah, they did that, and basically they're saying that she was being sucked on by a witch, and like it sounds
Sucked on.
it
Hey,
sounds
yo.
weird. Yeah, it sounds weird in English, but it means like la bruja está chupándola. Basically, it was basically meaning that like a witch was like sucking the life's force out of a baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Damn.
basically what they did was they put like a broom cut up with some special herbs and stuff, and they tied it around and all that, and they put the bottom piece facing up one night, and like for like 3 nights, and then one night they hear a thump, just like a loud bang, because like back then it was like tin roofs and shit like that. They heard a big old bang, and they were just like, oh shit, here it goes. The witch doctor was with this family for like 5 days, and on the 3rd day this happened. But either way, what was I saying? Yeah, they heard a loud bang, and they went outside, and they saw something that was like in the bushes, just like trying to get away and stuff like that.
That's scary.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if, but yeah, this is like a true story too. They saw it try like get away, like run away, but it was like obviously like it couldn't, because like supposedly when you do that with the broom, it like makes like bad witches like stay on the floor. But yeah, this is a very weird story. But either way.
That's interesting as fuck.
Yeah, but either way, they basically find it, and they had this pot boiling with like a whole bunch of like herbs of like spices and shit. They poured it over it and they burned it. They burned the thing, and supposedly like it ran off after that. Like it just like fucking like ran off. And the next day, they're just like, okay, the baby seems like he's getting better and stuff like that and all that.
Whoa.
And 3 weeks later, like the stepmother's grandmother died. They went over there, and supposedly she had like burn marks on her face, and she was like looking like a pig. Like, yeah,
So she was the witch?
supposedly, yeah.
What?
You like those island tales?
What?
You like those island tales? The island tales of the dark. I'll tell
Island
you.
tales, island tales, island tales.
Oh shit.
Yo, you know what that reminds me of? And I know people are gonna get on me for this, but like that reminds me of, have you heard of the tales of the Skinwalker?
Yeah, I have.
So the native. I mean, for those who don't know, skinwalkers are this like supposed like they're like the brujas of Native American peoples, like
Yeah,
of
like the
those
bad ones. The bad ones.
Yeah.
There's like good ones that are like healers, but like bad ones that are like
Yeah.
yeah.
They're essentially shamans and like mystics who went to the dark side, quote unquote. Like they either consumed human flesh or decided to perform evil against human beings, and like thus gained some level of immortality and the ability to shapeshift and turn into different things like animals. Mostly like in Native American culture in North America is like wolves and bears and shit like that, mountain lions.
Yeah.
But like that story, this is your aunt, your grandma?
This is my mother's best friend's step grandmother.
Your mother's best friend's step grandmother.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I heard this story from my mother's best friend.
So you heard it like more directly from the source.
Yeah, basically, and she was just basically saying like, oh, like in DR, basically, if you're not baptized, like that's all the whole entire thing. Like, oh, which is gonna get you in the dark and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I was going to DR and I wasn't baptized yet, and they told me about that story, and I got baptized in DR after they told that story. So it was kind of funny.
What age did you get baptized at?
I was like, I would have to say I was like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Lucky. I totally. I mean, look, I totally believe in that shit, like all that shit, which is why I bring up like the paranormal and stuff a lot. Like I totally believe in all that shit. I mean, shout out my mom for getting me baptized, because I feel like whether you believe in it or not, certain religious things or whatever, certain like religious practices and rituals or whatever, dead ass be protecting you from like certain evil things or certain like weird spirits out there. Like totally believe that. Totally believe that. What's it called? I almost didn't get baptized because my dad is like a staunch atheist.
Oh.
Like he has been his whole life. But you know what's crazy though? He's like the craziest atheist, and like but he's had some of the most compelling ghost stories or paranormal stories I've ever heard in my life. And he literally just told me these 2 stories the other day that blew my fucking mind. Like
Really?
blew my mind. Yeah, because like, okay, so apparently when he was young, like 4 or 5 years old, he was 4 or 5 years old, and he lived in this like small, like kind of like real poor rural village in Brazil.
Okay.
And like basically the houses were more like huts, or like little, not like huts, but like kind of like little cottages, kind of,
Yeah,
sort
like
of.
they were handmade or something. They were handmade or something like that.
Closer to handmade than anything. Yeah. And so like his family lived in one, and their friends, like his parents' friends, lived like right next to them. And they were over at their friend's house, like celebrating something, or it was somebody's birthday. And his dad was like, yo, Joe, my dad's name is Joe. Yo, Joe, go back home and get like these cookies, or get this like food or whatever that's at home to bring over. And like my dad, who's like 4 or 5 or whatever, and it's literally the houses are right next to each other, right next to each other. So he goes out, it's at night at this point, pretty late at night. He goes out, he steps over to like their front door, like of their house. Before he gets up to the house, like he sees this big ass like monster looking thing. Like it's big, it look like it's standing on 2 legs. It's like kind of hairy, and it has like a colorful checkerboard looking face, and it looked like angry and malicious.
Ooh.
And he just started yelling and screaming and panicking, and he passed out. And when he woke up, he was inside, and like his whole family and their friends and stuff were there with him. And like he tried to explain it to his family, but like, you know, he couldn't like really explain it that well. Like he was just like freaked out or whatever. And I think he tried to explain it to himself that he like hallucinated that in some way. But I'm like, yo, how the fuck do you get details like that from a hallucinate? Yo, like, you know what I mean? It's like such a bizarre and specific thing to hallucinate. And the second thing he told me was when he was when him and my mom came to America, my dad worked one of his first jobs was he was like I think he was working at this like bar in Long Island, and one of his bosses one of his old bosses sold him his old, like one of his old cars that he just had chilling at the crib, that his dad who died left him this car behind. It was like a
heirloom or some shit. Yeah.
No, it was just like an old Chevy that his dad, like it was his dad's Chevy or some shit that like was sitting in the garage for like 10 years or something. Nobody used it. It was mad old or whatever. And my dad got it fixed up or whatever. It turned on, like it started perfectly the first time he turned it on.
Damn.
Like they didn't do anything to the inside of the engine. They just like cleaned the car or whatever, like a little bit, because mad dusty, whatever, all that.
That's mad rare.
Started perfectly. And so the first time my dad drives this car back on the highway, it's like kind of late at night or whatever. He's driving this car on the highway. It's like dark. And then he looks over to the passenger seat, and there's an old European man sitting next to him. Like just standing there, like looking forward, like sitting there looking forward. And like obviously this freaked my dad the fuck out. And he's like, "What the fuck?" Like, and he starts like asking him questions. He's like, "What are you doing here? Like, what's going on?" And he said this dude didn't say a word. He was just sitting there, like he just didn't say a word, and he was just sitting there. But he was somehow like he was talking to my dad like telepathically or some shit. And like my dad deduced that this dude's name was Ogden. Didn't stop him from being freaked out though. He's freaked the fuck out. And so he pulls over real quick and he's like, asking him like, yo, how'd you get here? Like where, like, you know, like all these questions. And a truck blares past my dad. And so he gets scared for a second and he looks in the direction of the highway that he just pulled off of. And then he looks back at the seat and this dude was gone. Like he just wasn't there anymore.
Damn, dude.
This dude, Ogden was his name, is what he deduced. Ogden.
Shoot.
My father would see Ogden one more time.
Mhm.
I think around the time that like I was born or something, like around the time like we were young
Aw,
or something.
okay.
He would see this dude. I mean, still scary as fuck,
Yeah.
but like, or no. Here's the conclusion to that story. I got it wrong. My dad lived in Denmark for a short period of time. I think it was Denmark, doing stuff there, because he had a job there. And he went out to this bar one time and he was sitting and drinking by himself. He wasn't with nobody and he didn't speak Danish.
Damn.
He didn't speak the language or anything.
Gotcha.
And then all of a sudden the bartender just approaches him and just starts speaking to him in Danish, like friendly and shit, and like starts like having a conversation with him. And he's like, hey dude, sorry, like I don't understand what you're saying right now or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Like I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh, dude.
and then like this dude keeps trying to talk to him and he's like, bro, like I'm sorry,
I
like I
can't
don't
understand, my
understand
guy.
you.
Yeah.
And then the bartender like switches to English for a second and he's like, are you sure? Like you've been sitting here at the bar for a couple hours and you've been speaking perfect Danish to me. Like we've been having a conversation. And then my dad's like, no, I don't speak Danish. And then some patrons right next to them, like they chime in to this conversation. He's like, nah, dude, like we heard you speaking Danish to the bar. Like you were talking to us too. Like you said your name was Ogden.
What?
Bro, I was cooked. I was cooked.
Yo, honestly, like your dad might be like I don't know, some like descendant from like some witch doctor shit, because that's what that is, yo. Like Caribbean spirituality. Okay. It's
We're
wrong
getting-
terminology. This is on record.
We're going deep.
Pan-African like spirituality and stuff like that. Like I know in DR we have our own stuff like Dominican voodoo and stuff like that. And it's basically kind of the same throughout, but basically you kind of like get possessed in a way, and you're like more aficionated to like catching spirits and stuff like that. So like I don't know, man, maybe you're like family from that, who knows, but like
I think so. Because like, there's mad paranormal shit that happens on my mom's side too.
dude, like it happens, like
Yeah.
it's honestly freaking Latino people and stuff like that, we're all just like connected through like weird stuff. And not weird stuff, it's more natural than anybody actually think about, but I'm just very emotional about it and stuff like that because I actually practice it. So I don't know. Yeah.
Damn, I'm like we're getting deep. What do you
Yeah.
practice? What do you practice particularly? Like, what do you? I mean, I don't know how to ask like somebody. Yo, what do you believe in?
Yo, hello,
what's your thing? What's your sign, girl? Yo, what's your sign? Are you an Aries, Pisces, Moon?
Oh my lord. Honestly, I've been heavy into like the occult and
Same.
spirituality and stuff like that since I
Same.
was like 14, 13, stuff like that. It started off
Oh.
just like meditating and yoga and stuff like that, but I went deeper into it.
Shout outs.
But I try to go back to my roots, and what I'm practicing right now is the Dominican voodoo, and that's what's like it's called 21 divisions, stuff like that, los misterios. But yeah, that's what I do. I'm a devotee right now. I'm just starting out and all that. But yeah, it's how can I say this? I was always interested in anthropology and stuff like that, and I started researching more about Dominican Republic and stuff. And I've just been in a hole from that because, like, honestly, I would say modeling and like singing and stuff like that is like is like one of my like passions and stuff like that, and like knowing more into like the spirituality and occult side is also something of that nature as well.
Lit.
Yeah.
Have you ever done one of those like Ancestry DNA tests?
Yeah.
Yo, do you have your results?
Yeah, 23
Yo,
and me, yo.
Bro, pull it up.
Oh
Let's
my
see.
god.
Let's see what's up, bro. No, yeah,
Why
I
are
want
we
to see.
flexing? Why are we flexing? This is kind of gross.
No. Listen,
What's up?
listen.
What's
It's
up?
cool because like then we can. I mean, like I feel like it's cool to know like where your DNA comes from because eventually, when I got the bread too, I kind of want to visit all the places that like are on my like, you know what I mean, on my DNA and see if I feel like a particular I don't know if that sounds weird, but see if I feel a particular connection to any of those places.
Yo, you know what that reminds me of?
What?
I don't know if you guys are into reggaeton or anything like that. Reggaeton.
We love some reggaeton. I meant to turn on that heater. Navid's the only
Residente, Calle 13.
Calle 13.
Yeah, yo. Yeah,
Atrévete, te salte de closet.
Oh, Tego Calderón. Yo, I love him. Pegadito ay pare. It's very good of that song. But either way,
But why'd you bring up reggaeton in this particular situation?
Oh yeah, because Residente Calle 13, he actually like made an album out of like all his ancestries. Yeah, like he went to he went to Africa, he went to Russia, he went to even like Japan because he had like some of that in there.
That's fire.
Yeah, and like he made like a whole entire album about it, and like honestly, it was really interesting to listen to.
Okay, boom. I did Ancestry. You did 23andMe, right?
I don't know. I don't have it on me, but I know my results.
Damn, all right, tell me your results.
Okay, exposing myself.
Exposed.
But like it's kind of weird too, cause like I've actually like delved deep into like genealogy and all that. Like I think that's what it's called. Don't butcher me. I'm very bad with terminology.
No, you said it right.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Basically, I am 60% like what is it, Spanish European, and I am 45% like South African or something like that. Like more not South Africa, West Africa. Yeah. And then the rest of it is like I say like 15% like native Indian, like not native Indian, Native American, I'm sorry.
Like Native North American or
indigenous, like Taino, Arawak, and shit and that type of
so
place.
Native South American?
Yeah. And that's that, and then like that like weird percentage. But what's your correct definition and stuff like that?
I don't know. Like I have a lot of them. I mean, I'm also like, so I'm 46% Portuguese and 20% Spanish. So also 60-ish% colonizer. We're both 60% colonizer, essentially.
We have colonizer in us. Yeah.
Nah, that the way that I like to look at it is like the other like percentages of us, like we're only that high percentage because like those fucking like those people from like Europe fucking colonized and rape dead ass all the people in like in like the other countries that we come from, and then the rest of my shit is like 15% Cameroon, Congo, Western Bantu people from Africa. Benin and Togo, I'm 5%. Northern African, I'm like 3% Northern African. Indigenous Ecuador, 2%.
Okay.
Ivory Coast and Ghana, 2%. Basque, which is some weird like village people who claim that they're a part of the Atlanteans in Western France.
Damn, you've actually researched all these countries.
Yo, some crazy shit, bro. Yo, deadass, I'm 2%. Like, if these people, if what they claim is true, I'm 2% Atlantean.
That's why you're like so much into conspiracy theories and shit, man.
I'm from Atlantis. Bro, yo, but I mean, like,
I can't.
I definitely want to visit like all these places if possible. I think it's cool. Like, it would be cool to like visit the places that you're from because I definitely believe in the spiritualism and like voodoo practice and like parts of like different religions because I don't think like any one organization or one practice got it completely right. I think that like every spiritual foray or every like spiritual kind of like institution that tries to provide like that level of like connection to God or the higher being, like everybody got a little bit right, but nobody got the full story. And the only way you'll get the full story is if you educate yourself on like all of the occult, all of the spiritual, all of the religious.
The cool thing that I found out about like actually studying, because like I said, I started out with yoga, meditation, Buddhism, Hinduism, and like I was like starting out with that. And one thing that I've learned throughout, because like I've studied that, I've looked into Judaism, more into the Kabbalah side of things like that. I've looked into like the actual like Sufism of Islam and stuff like that. And what they're saying basically is that the creator is like all encompassing and you can never figure it out completely.
Mm.
And that's why I see it like in every culture. So I just figured out that like it doesn't really matter which side you go to, as long as like you're true to yourself.
Yep.
To a point where you understand how centered you are to the world.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, like the spiritual world is all great and encompassing, but we are people having physical freaking realities, and we have to understand that this world, we have to focus on this world first, because this is the world that we're in.
Yeah. There's a reason we're living these lives, and even though we might not be like literally these bodies that we're living, we might have a soul and shit. There might be something that we do before and after this, essentially, is what you're saying. Like, we still gotta, there's a reason we're here, so we gotta focus on shit going on here.
Yeah.
And as long as this, whatever side you gravitate towards, like, as long as you're using it not for selfish gain, but to better find yourself, or to better help people around you, or better help the world, like,
you're golden, boy.
Yeah. Don't fucking matter what you do.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. As long as you're true to yourself and you understand that, like, I don't know. People deserve what they deserve, but at the end of the day, it's just like, just be true to yourself. But yeah, to go back into the conversation of genealogy and stuff like that, you know what I found out actually? That like, you could be like a percentage of like whatever the hell and still turned out like, just like, darker pigmented or stuff like that. It's really interesting, like actually going into it. And because like I actually like went deep into like the 23andMe and stuff like that. And I got it confirmed from like what's his name Elliot on Instagram. He's a very credited person. If anyone wants to know more about him, you're more than welcome to like contact me on Instagram, because he's a very famous genealogist who is actually like doing work in like Puerto Rico and like Dominican Republic to actually understand our past and actually connect things. Like he works very hard to actually like go into records and stuff like that. So so like he basically explains that like it don't really matter what these apps say to us or anything like that, because we're still gonna look however the fuck we look like. And at the end of the day, you know what he told me?
What?
That not what he told me, but like what I've like learned from him is that like the Spanish people that came to like Dominican DR and fucking PR and shit like that and everywhere, they weren't like high class or anything. They're like people that were like indigenous from the land, or like people that were like in freaking like jail and shit like that. So like yeah. And when he told me about like the indigenous land of that, is that when they're born, they're pale, but when they get older, they get like a darkish, like very darkish color on them. So like that actually kind of explains like a lot of like genealogy and DR and PR, because like you see a lot of people that like were once like lighter skin and stuff like that and turned darker and stuff like that. Like my dad was a blue-eyed freaking blonde-haired baby, and now he does not look like that at all. Like he has brown eyes and shit, and like freaking
that's
black
crazy.
Hair. Yeah.
Yo, me and my sister were kind of the opposite, because when we were born and we were younger, we were kind of dark skinned, like a little bit more dark skinned than I am now. And then we grew up and I got more like fair skinned as I grew up. I started listening to more Drake. Yeah, that's what happened actually. No, but also at like, I guess you can say like I got a computer. I started staying in. I got Halo, so I guess I wasn't going out as much. I didn't link up with Obi yet. I didn't know Obi at the time, but yo, that's like the 30th time. Obi's gonna be a running gag from this episode forward. I'm gonna bring him up every time. But nah, that's crazy. That's actually mad crazy. What? All right. I'm gonna hit you up about this genealogist name, but before we get going,
Mhm.
before we end out our conversation, please, Jazz, tell me about where people could find you, could follow you, what work you want people to see.
Mhm.
This is the self-plug session, I guess.
You can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Del Muerto with a 0 at the end. But yeah, and honestly, I'm open to modeling and all that, but I just want people to look at my work and understand that I always have like a deeper meaning into like what I do.
Mm.
I try to, I don't know, I'm a poet and like a just like a writer at heart. I just want people to know that like keep looking out for me. I'm gonna be doing music and I'm gonna be writing, and I have a lot in store for the future. So
Facts.
follow me.
Big facts.
Shit.
Hollow Earth. Hashtag Jazz. Hashtag on the
We
block.
out here, man. We out here.
Hashtag everybody in this room.
Yeah.
We out here. Yo, look out for Jazz. Look out for me. More Angry Barista coming out on the
It's
block.
your turn.
So, me and the boys behind Silver Fade and Naveed Ahmed. Is Naveed Ahmed the one behind Naveed Ahmed? I'm just going in on the plugs. Me and my boys, we started a channel. It is called On the Block. On the Block is producing these fine clips and podcast episodes for y'all at this point. Follow On the Block. On the Block is going to be our hub for all these creative things and more. Hopefully, we get some collaborations with Jazz in the future.
Of course, I'm always down.
Look out for On the
Dunkel,
Block
dunkel.
showcases coming soon. And more. And more. Yes, Angry Barista. Stay angry or not. Why would you?
Come on.
Peace.